Hey guys, let's see. There I am. Welcome to Cooking with Jamie and a Pinch of Jesus. Glad to have you on here this morning. Uh, Today, it is Good Friday. It is Good Friday, which means Jesus went to the cross today. And then Sunday we'll celebrate his resurrection. And I'm really excited about that. And so today I thought, I'm going to do something. I'm going to make some pastel sugar cookies with some Hershey Kisses on top. I'll call them Kiss cookies. I'm not sure exactly what they're called, but that's what I'm going to call them, Kiss cookies. Anyway, and I got some pretty blue sugar and pretty yellow sugar, and I was going to do pink sugar, but I couldn't find any pink sugar to roll them in, for the springtime anyway. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to go ahead and get started, and then we're going to do our pinch of Jesus, okay? To get started, you're just going to take 1 stick of softened room temperature butter and put it in your mixer. And then you're going to take a cup of sugar. Put that in your mixer. All right. All the goodness. And we're just going to turn this on and let this do its magic. Sometimes to cream good butter and sugar, I think some people don't cream it long enough. Because it needs to be nice and creamy. So just put it in your mixer, turn it on, and let it be. Just for a couple minutes, just let it be. While that's going on, make sure that's on good. Okay, while that's getting mixed, we'll start with the flour. Dry ingredients. My glasses. I'm going to put my glasses on my head because I don't know where else to put them. In this, I have 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Okay, to this, you're just going to add 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon. This is so simple. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. That's it with your dry ingredients, and just kind of take your spatula and mix that all up in your bowl. That's ready to go, and you can set it aside. This is getting nice and creamy. I'm going to turn it on low. This is getting nice and creamy. I'm going to set this aside. Now you have to buy a bag of these Hershey Kisses, and I haven't unwrapped them yet because I can unwrap them while my cookies are in the oven. So, but go ahead and set your oven at 350. At 350, and get it ready. Get your pan ready for your cookies and a piece of parchment paper. Always great to have. My pinch of Jesus is this. I'm wearing this bracelet, and I just watched a video with my husband, which, made me think of Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It's what this bracelet says. It's what this video I just watched of this amazing man preach on. And, that is so true. We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. There is no limit on what we can do for him and to help further his kingdom. We just got to get up and do. Some of us get too lazy to do anything. Or we stack up all this stuff, thinking, oh, well, this at home, this has got to get done, this has got to get this, and we don't set a time to do stuff for kingdom work. And that's what we need to do. So remember this week, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. He died on the cross for you today. He went to that cross knowing, he was beaten for his transgressions. He was beaten and bruised and so bloody you couldn't even recognize him. And he hung on the cross just to take a deep breath. He had to pull himself up with the his feet was nailed into the cross. He had to pull himself up on with those nails that was in his feet to take a breath. So anyway, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. You know? So remember that. Okay, this is nice and creamy. I'm going to turn this on low because you're going to take one egg. And I find if you have room temperature egg, it works great. Go ahead and put your egg, crack your egg. Put it in there. Okay. Get it mixed. Incorporate that really good. And then you're going to take your vanilla. And you're going to do 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. And then I'm going to stop this because I'm going to scrape down the sides of the bowl. I want to make sure everything is mixed. All right. Oh, that looks good. Okay, that looks good. Now, you're going to take your dry ingredients, which you've already mixed, and you're going to take a tablespoon of milk. We're going to actually use 2 tablespoons of milk, but we're going to do a tablespoon at a time. So you're going to put half of your dry ingredients in the bowl. Half. And then you're going to do a tablespoon of milk in the bowl. And you're going to mix. Until it's all incorporated. And then we're going to finish up. All right, now we're going to do the other half. Get that knocked in there. Okay. Other half in the bowl. Go ahead and finish it up. Put it aside and do another tablespoon of milk. Put that aside. That aside. Yeah, so easy. Look at that. And it's already coming together. And you want to get this well mixed. And you're going to take your spatula and go down the sides of it just to make sure everything gets incorporated in. There we go. Okay. Perfect. And get this off the... Get all this yumminess off of this. You want every bit. Scrape your sides down. Just make sure everything is incorporated good. I just want to make sure I get everything off of this beater thing here. All right. Then I'm going to just take this and set this aside. And I'm going to move this so I have it over here. So simple, so easy. And then all you're going to do is take a small scooper, just a really small one, because you want about 1-inch balls. This is probably a little bit bigger, and that's okay. And I got my pan with parchment paper sitting down here, and I'm just going to scoop 1 scoop, and I'm going to put it in my sugars, and I'm going to roll it in my sugar. Now you don't want to flatten these out because you're gonna, after these cook, you're gonna press the Hershey Kiss into them. Okay. So we're gonna make a few of these. I'm just gonna mix here. I'm gonna just coordinate blue and yellow. And like I said, at the end, when these come out, these will bake in a 350 oven for 8 to 10 minutes, more on the 8 side than the 10. I'm just going to do 2 at a time here. More on the 8 side than the 10. And then When they come out, you're going to let them rest for 2 minutes, okay? So don't even take them off the pan. Just pull the pan out, let the pan rest for 2 minutes. And then while these are baking, go ahead and unwrap your Hershey Kisses. Now, you don't want to unwrap them all because then you're going to end up eating some of them if you don't have enough cookie dough to press them into, which is okay. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And then so after 2 minutes, you're going to take your Hershey Kiss and you're going to press it down in the center of your cookie. You know, you could almost do these. There's another recipe that calls for like the pastel M&Ms, the M&Ms, and you can do the same thing. You can make smaller balls, make little buttons, and press little M&Ms in them. I tried to order the M&Ms and I cannot find them online, so I went with the Hershey Kiss. And I will take a picture of these when it all comes out, because they'll be so pretty. And one more yellow on that one. It'll be so pretty, and this is so easy, you know. And what a great way. If you have grandkids this weekend, unfortunately we don't get to see ours this weekend, but if you do and you're lucky enough to, then you'll have a nice treat for them. This is just a great to have around on the holiday. You know, great for you if you're making a big Easter ham this weekend. Great for a side dessert. So anyway, that's at, like I said, 350 in the oven. 8 to 10 minutes, more on the 8 side. Pull them out, let them cool 2 minutes. Press your Hershey chocolate kiss right in the middle, and you'll have great Easter kiss cookies. All right? So remember, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, Philippians 4:13. And y'all have a blessed and happy resurrection weekend. And I'm hoping to be able to do more videos, so hopefully you'll see some more. And remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I.